NCAA all-quarter century wrestling team. That's what we're finding out here at FloWrestling this summer. The best guy from the past 25 years at each NCAA weight. We narrowed it down to 4 at each weight, then sent out a vote, which matters to us, so we can determine who is the best guy at each weight. Today, we're breaking down 141 pounds. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about a couple of guys that just missed the cut. They didn't quite make it into that top 4. Remember, a wrestler is only eligible at one weight. So, Logan Stieber, he won 133 pounds. He's not eligible for the 141-pound NCAA all-quarter century team. Who is eligible? Let's start off with UC Davis's Derek Moore. He is the only wrestler at 141 pounds of the past 25 years that can say they earned a tech fall in the NCAA finals. That's exactly what Derek Moore did in 2007. Next, I'm going to talk about a couple two-time NCAA champions, starting off with Oklahoma State's Dean Heil. He was called Mean Dean for a reason. He was a hammer. Next up is Ohio State's Jay Jaggers. Now, this guy had a super interesting career. He only had a 75 win percentage outside of the NCAA championships. Never made a conference final, but won 2 NCAA finals. He just knew when to perform when it mattered most. The next two-time NCAA champion I want to talk about is Tion Ware of Oklahoma. In 2003, he became the first true freshman to win it since 1993 when he went through the bracket as the 1 seed as a true freshman. And you can't talk about Tion Ware without talking about Nate Gallick of Iowa State, the biggest thorn in Tion Ware's side. He won 7 of 8 meetings with Ware and capped off his career with a title himself in 2006. All right, now let's get into our 4 finalists at 141 pounds. I'm going to start in chronological order. First up is Michigan's Kellen Russell. He had a 134-12 career record at Michigan, but a 71-1 record his last 2 years. That kind of shows you the tale of two halves when it comes to Kellen Russell's career at Michigan. Now, it wasn't all bad his first 2 years either. This man is a 4-time Big Ten champion and 3 times was the number 1 seed at the NCAA championships. He also, his senior year, beat someone, as a native Iowan, I think is criminally underrated, in Montel Marion in the NCAA finals. Our next finalist at 141 pounds in chronological order is Yanni Diakomahalis, the only 4-timer eligible to be voted on at 141 pounds. His 98.3 career winning percentage is only bested by Cael Sanderson of the 4-timers. That shows you the kind of era this guy is in. The only question was, do we put him at 141 pounds where he won his first 2 or at 149 pounds where he won his last 2? Ultimately, the FloWrestling team voted and they decided on 141 pounds, and evidence enough, this man, as a true freshman, won a national title on a torn ACL, and he prevented Dean Heil from becoming a 3-timer when he beat him in the quarterfinals that year. His sophomore year, his first year going completely undefeated wire to wire, 29-0. Then at 149, his last 2 years, he capped off his runs at 149 with wins over Ridge Lovett in the NCAA finals, who went on to become an NCAA champion this past year, and Sammy Sasso, who is one of the best of the past couple years. Next up on our list is 2-time NCAA champion Nick Lee, a man who was pivotal for Penn State's team success in the late 20-teens. He took 6th as a true freshman, but those backside points he scored were crucial for Penn State's 2018 team champion run. Then he took 5th as a sophomore before going 55-2 and winning as many national titles as he had losses his last 3 years. And I say 3 years because, remember, he was granted an extra year because the 2020 NCAA tournament was canceled due to the COVID pandemic. During those NCAA tournament runs, he beat guys like Keyshawn Clark, Sebastian Rivera, Real Woods, Jaden Ironman, you name it, he beat him, capping off his senior year by going 22-0, a complete start-to-finish undefeated season. Our last finalist at 141 pounds is Ohio State's Jesse Mendez, the only wrestler on this list who is still currently competing. He's a 2-time NCAA champion already with the opportunity to become a 3-time NCAA champion next year. He started off his career at Ohio State at 133 pounds as a freshman before moving up to 141, where he really kind of excelled and grew into his own, becoming a 2-time NCAA champion in 2024 and 2025, beating Bo Bartlett in 2024 and really you can't mention Jesse Mendez without mentioning Bo Bartlett. These two have gone back and forth the past 2 years, but ultimately it's been Jesse Mendez winning when it matters most at the NCAA championships, and he's the reason I think Bo Bartlett will go down as one of the best to never win it of the 2020s. All right, now let's get into the voting. How did these wrestlers stack up 1 through 4? Votes 2, 3, and 4 were super close, but coming in at number 4 is Penn State's two-time NCAA champion, Nick Lee. Despite being at number 4, I think a lot of people forget just how good Nick Lee was. Don't forget, like I said, undefeated season his senior year. Shane Sparks once called this man the most underappreciated wrestler in NCAA wrestling. Maybe he had a point. Coming in at number 3 is Ohio State's Jesse Mendez. Why I think Jesse Mendez finished higher in the voting than Nick Lee? A little bit of recency bias maybe, but it's the intangibles that come to mind when you think of Jesse Mendez. It's not the stats, it's not the number of NCAA titles, it's that he's got that dog in him. People just love to watch Jesse Mendez because you know he's going to scrap and he's going to fight every single match. Coming in at number 2, just over Jesse Mendez, was Michigan's Kellen Russell. And for you younger guys out there, you don't know, you don't remember, but Kellen Russell was a bad dude. He mastered the art of winning the close match, and that's why he only lost 1 match his last 2 years while winning 2 NCAA titles. And coming in at number 1, and to be honest, it wasn't close, it's Yanni Diakmahalis. He's got the ultimate trump card, 4 NCAA titles. Not that many people on this planet can say that, and that's why he makes the NCAA all-quarter century team at 141 pounds. Next week, we've got 149 coming up. You're not going to want to miss it. Tune in, everything FloWrestling.